Hello everyone, welcome to AKS IAS. Because as we have promised about geography through maps, and as you are aware that if there are 20 questions from geography, 8 to 10 will be from maps itself. And in this 8 to 10 questions, 5 to 6 will be on the basis of current affairs. Many students normally try to study every map point and forget everything. But when you study according to current affairs, why a particular topic is important and how to look at it, you will get a clarity of how exactly you need to go through it. So here in this session, I just wanted you to think from UPSC point of view by analyzing an issue that is there in the news. So the first issue, if you observe, is with respect to Houthis. There are two important issues happening. One is your Israel and Palestine, and one is related to that the Houthis issue. So whenever any issue like this comes, your analysis should be too huge. You should know everything about that. Okay. So we normally say that when it is mains, we need to see the depth of the issue. We need to see how well, what are the merits, what are the demerits, what should be done. Depth is important. When it comes to prelims, you should have the hawk eye where you need to analyze each and every aspect around it in a proper manner. Right? So, given this particular thing, let us talk about Houthis. Where does the story start? The story starts in Yemen. Right? The story starts in Yemen. Guys, in Yemen, you had Sunni majority and Shia minority. If you look at Saudi Arabia, this is Sunni dominated. If you look at Oman, Sunni dominated. UAE, Sunni dominated. Qatar, Sunni dominated. Bahrain, Sunni dominated. Kuwait, Sunni dominated. Right? If you see anywhere in all these areas, who are these people? These are all Sunni dominated. Now this Sunni group, they have established what we call as Gulf Cooperation Council. Right? Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, UAE, Oman. These 6 countries are part of GCC. So there can be a question on this particular aspect as well. Now comes another interesting country, that is your Iran. It is Shia dominant and it is a leader of Shia. Now it is believed in Yemen you have a group, Shia group, called as Houthis. Houthis. And these Houthis get their funds and they are directly related to Iran. You see, Shia, Houthis, Iran. Now, what are these Houthis trying to do? They are trying to attack your Red Sea region. Because Saudi Arabia, if it has to sell oil, if it has to bring anything, for them, Red Sea is as important as this particular thing. Second, Red Sea is extremely important for the world because it connects Europe with Asia, right? So, given all this, question can come. Now, this is the issue. Question can come with respect to Red Sea. So, what can be the question? If you check, first, most important thing for me, right? You see, the most important aspect that we all have to focus is about the countries which border Red Sea. First, let us come from this point. Saudi Arabia has border with Red Sea. Jordan doesn't have direct border, but Saudi Arabia has border. Yemen has border. Djibouti, can you all check? Djibouti, this particular place has border. Eritrea has border. Sudan has border. Egypt has border. Okay, most of the times what happens, we only focus on what is there. We should also focus on what is not there because that may help us in something else. For example, if you consider Somalia, in exam it will be confusing whether Somalia has or not. If you check here, Somalia comes out of this. So Somalia doesn't have border with Red Sea. Similarly, there is another country, Ethiopia. Many people believe Ethiopia has border with Red Sea. But Ethiopia doesn't have border with Red Sea. This is another important aspect that you must be aware. Then comes Egypt. Okay. Now this particular part of Egypt is called as Sinai Peninsula. Sinai Peninsula. And this is our Suez Canal. This is our Suez Canal. This is Red Sea. Right? Suez Canal. So, Suez Canal is completely part of Egypt. Right? Suez Canal is completely part of Egypt and it connects Mediterranean Sea with Red Sea. I repeat, it connects Mediterranean Sea with Red Sea. And if you check this particular part, this particular one is called Strait of Bab el Mandab. Fine, Bab el Mandab. It connects Red Sea with Gulf of Aden. I'll write here Gulf of Aden. Which one? Bab el Mandab Strait. And then please see Djibouti and Yemen. These two are important. Djibouti and Yemen is separated by Bab el Mandab. This is another point. Djibouti and Yemen are also separated by Bab el Mandab. Fine. This is the geographical aspect that anyone wants to know if they want to study whatever is happening in Red Sea. Okay. Geographical understanding of Red Sea. If someone is trying to think, then you need to talk about these. When I talk about Israel, Palestine, I will be talking about the Gulf of Aqaba, like we Dead Sea, Mediterranean Sea, that aspect I'll deal separately. But when I'm talking about the Red Sea, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Djibouti, Eritrea, Sudan, Egypt, mandatorily I should know. Red Sea, Suez Canal, Bab el Mandab, very, very important. Djibouti, as an Indian, if I look at it, what is so important for me? For me, this area is important because this place by name Djibouti has become part of Chinese string of pearls or Belt and Road Initiative. It is believed China has given $100 billion to Djibouti so that they can get a place for their maritime security. That means Chinese Navy can be present in Djibouti. Are you understanding the significance? Like, if you start believing that you are an IAS officer, IFS officer, where you need to make policies for the country, you must be very, very careful about this particular country, because that is exactly the entry point of Red Sea. How will India do business with Europe? It has to be through this. Why did Vasco da Gama, Columbus came in search of India? Because this was captured. The moment this was captured, world shook. And now China wants to capture this. China keeps its navy here. US has its navy. France has its navy. But China has given huge money and it has kept its navy here. Remember, China normally gives money in Sri Lanka, Hambantota Port, Maldives, Malay, everywhere. But that is only for trade purpose. Here and there, now and then, they used to come and keep one particular ship for once or twice. But this will be their permanent naval base. And if China makes this permanent naval base, it is security threat not only for Europeans and all, even for India it will be a security threat. This is the reason Indian Prime Minister spoke with Egypt. Today our relationship with Egypt is improving. Last year Republic Day, Egypt, Prime Minister or President was called. Modi was given, the order of Nile. All this is happening because India understands, if I can't do this, I need this. Egypt is very important for me. But due to Israel-Palestine, that issue has increased, but that's a different case. So as an Indian, I am very much interested in this. Prime Minister is planning to visit Djibouti. He is trying to have deals with Djibouti and ensuring that we also get some stake here. Right? So we can't go to Somalia. You may think we can go to Somalia. No, Somalia is very dangerous. There is no stable government in Somalia. So guys, given all this, for me, this is very, very important as an Indian. Okay, so there can be a question with respect to this as well. So guys, any UPSC paper when it is being made, okay, experts who make these papers have clear-cut clarity of what is happening, right? As a common man, what you have to know about the issue will be asked in the question. For you people, it may be Houthis. For you people, it may be about Saudi Arabia, GCC. But for me, it is more about these particular areas geographically, right? So guys, in the sessions on geography through maps, I will help you identify these type of issues that are extremely important for us. And what we can do, we will make you to bring maps, plain maps along with the maps. The reason I'll tell you, see guys, most of the atlas that student have doesn't have all the places. So the plan in this session is bring the maps, bring atlas, show and mark at least those things that as a student you should be aware. So that not only UPSC, any other exam even if you are giving, it should be very much clear to you that this is important and this I need to know. Fine, it may be about the world, it may be about India, we will try to work hard. And we will be updating them regularly with further lectures as well. So those people who are interested to take geography through maps course, you can call to the following numbers, or you can, contact us, so that we will help you with all these lectures. It will be both live, offline will be there if you are in Hyderabad, and also we are ready to give you online courses as well, right? Recorded courses as well. So, given all this, if you feel maps are your weakest area and that can change the scores, please enroll for this. Thank you, guys.